Welcome back, everyone. I decided that while I was working out, it's as good a time as any to make a video again. It's been probably 6 months since I made my last video. Lots happened since then, but you'll see by the title of this video that I'm now on the carnivore way of eating. But so I'm now on just over 7 weeks. A lot of benefits, but let's explain firstly why and how I ended up on the carnivore diet. So January, I was driving up north and someone decided to pull out in front of us in a 90k zone. We had a pretty bad car accident, whiplash. Still got some symptoms of whiplash in my shoulders. It's been a while that I wasn't able to work out, and I mean, that plays with your brain. It's not good for your mental health when you have an accident and you think you've nearly killed somebody, even though it's not your fault. But yeah, being a nurse, you know, you're all about looking after people and helping people. And when you see somebody in the car that you just hit and you think they're dead, it really plays on your mind, and it's sent me into depression, which also because I couldn't work out much because my whiplash injuries, it threw a big spanner in the works. Ended up putting on weight, went up to about 88 kilos, which is a lot for me. I've always been quite lean, and anyway, it's been a lot of physio, a lot of dry needling, a lot of deep thought, trying to repair your mind and your body. But anyway, getting there. This will be, like I said, the first video I've made since late last year. But anyway, I'm on the mend, and we've got to put all that behind us. So, looking more into the carnivore diet, it's been good for me, despite what people think. Unless you try it yourself, you won't see the benefits. So the reason why I got into the carnivore diet was fiber's no good for me. I suffer with diverticulitis most of my life, and if you don't know what that is, it's when the bowel forms little pockets, and fiber and poo gets stuck in the little pockets, mostly in the sigmoid colon. And then once it gets inflamed, it's diverticulosis, and it's really bad because you end up in hospital. You need IV antibiotics. There's a lot of pain involved. It's terrible. So I decided let's skip the fibre altogether, and I was watching some YouTubes with Dr. Anthony Chafee, Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Robert Elwes, all carnivore doctors, and I thought, let's give this a go. I got nothing to lose. Well, within 7 weeks I've lost 6 kilos, can you believe that? Eating high fat and meat and dairy and lots of butter, all the things they tell you shouldn't eat. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just telling you what I did and how it's benefited me. I feel, I lost a lot of muscle while I wasn't working out, but I'm getting back to it, and apart from that I feel good. I sleep better. I still have headaches, but that's always an ongoing issue for me. Can't fix that because of another problem structurally in the brain, where we'll make another video about that. But there's empty cellar syndrome. No, it doesn't mean that my cell is empty. It's part of it's surrounding your pituitary gland, but that causes my headaches. So there's nothing you can do about that. It's just one of those things. But yeah, so good thing is I'm not spiking my insulin all the time by eating sugar and carbs. I never really ate a lot of sugar, but I ate a lot of carbs because that was supposedly the thing to do. However, I have found otherwise that carbohydrates are just no good for me. So, as you can see, I've leaned down quite a lot. There's hardly any tummy fat anymore. My legs are like just muscle. There's no fat there. All from eating high fat, no carb diet. You can eat fish. Well, I eat fish. I eat bacon. Nothing wrong with bacon. It's just cured meat with salt. And we need our salt to manage our blood pressure. Funny thing is, I was always on the high side. My blood pressure was always on the high side. It was always like 160, 170 on just under 90, which is getting up there. Almost going to start on antihypertensive tablets. But already it's down like 125 on 65 this morning. Doesn't get much higher than that, which is pretty good for my age, nearly 62. So, textbook is only 120 on 80, so, it's not far off textbook. Maybe it'll come down a bit more. Anyway, I'll just keep working out and we'll keep chatting. I'll just do some light dumbbell curls. So, one of the things I found is, because I'm not spiking my insulin, I don't get bouts of hunger. In fact, I don't have to eat till lunchtime the next day if I don't want it. I don't feel that hungry. Because when you eat a lot of protein and no carbs, you reach satiety a lot quicker. On being that you feel full a lot quicker, and you stay full a lot quicker. You stay less hungry. So because you're not spiking your insulin levels and your body's not trying to burn carbs, it's actually burning your body fat, which is great. Especially if you're doing a bit of bodybuilding or working out and you want to look a bit better. It's really good. So, yeah, because you're not spiking your insulin levels, like I said, you don't feel hungry all the time, and you could probably get away with one meal a day, but I have two. Preferably I have like on the weekends I might have an earlier breakfast, but then I don't eat again until 5 or 6 o'clock, which is probably what I'll do tonight. Eat around 5 or 6 o'clock. It's usually any kind of meat, roast pork, red meat, plenty of salt, plenty of butter. And I have made quiche, I've made lasagna, I've made carnivore flatbread, all those recipes you can find on YouTube on carnivore diets. There's a lot of people into it now. There's a lot of people that have improved their life. You don't get that afternoon tiredness where you want to go have a sleep after you've eaten and things like that, because you just don't get that high from eating sugar and then a low again when it's gone. You just don't get that. And it goes against everything we've learned, especially me being a medical nurse and gastro nurse. It's hard to explain exactly how it works, but you know, the doctors on the Carnivore channel will tell you exactly how it works. But for me, it works and I'm happy. And especially if you have bowel problems like I did with my diverticular disease. I used to get bloating all the time, really bad bloating, always have a bulging stomach, end up going to the toilet maybe 6-7 times a day, just trying to get that fibre out of your system. Now I go normally, maybe twice a day, maybe once a day, but it's normal and it's good. There's no pain, there's no cramping, there's no bloating, there's no farting. One of the things you'll find on the carnivore diet, you stop farting because you're not getting all that fibre and gas inside you and all the toxins from the plants which is causing inflammation, the sugars causing inflammation. It's just a better way. I can't see myself going back to eating carbohydrates. The most I'll have is maybe an energy drink, but that's very rarely, only when I'm doing heavy nights. But I've had to cut back on my heavy lifting just because of the my neck. Once I had that whiplash, cervical straightening, so straightening of the cervical vertebrae and pinching of a nerve on the left side up in there. It's taken a long time to get even to do this, but I'm getting there. So a lot of my rehabilitation was consisting of bringing your neck back in, which I still get pain here, but it's not as bad now. And also, I still get pain up in there, whiplash, but you do get better over time. And then putting one arm behind the back and turning the opposite way and holding that for 10, and then that way and holding that for 10. I've nearly got all my range of motion back now. I can almost go to where I was before with minimal pain, a little bit of pain, but it's getting better. You've got to have a bit of pain to get any results these days. Using a much lighter weight for the shoulders now to just keep the traps and the deltoids working. But I'll get there. Much lighter weights, as you can see. But it is what it is. Other benefits is, like I said, you don't get tired. You can work out for longer because you're not relying on glucose to drive, for the energy to drive. Your body burns its own fat once you get into that ketosis. Anyway, I think I've said enough on this video. I've got to go have some surgery on my nose, a little basal cell carcinoma, couple of days, so I probably won't make a video with a bandage on my nose, but I'll probably make one another week or so after I've healed. You can see I'm a lot leaner than what I used to. Vascularity is a lot better, and you can almost see abs getting there. So if you like this content, guys, subscribe, it'll help out real lot. Plan on making some more carnivore videos, and don't forget to hit the little bell for upcoming notifications of upcoming videos, and keep up the good work exercising, and thanks everyone for hanging in there. I haven't lost any subscribers. I thought I'd lose a few over 6 months, but actually gained some. So if you're having a hard time, guys, just push through it. You'll get there. It's hard, but you'll get there. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time, eh? Thanks again. Over and out.